Google AI Studio new update is insane. You're wasting hours building apps the hard way, setting up backends, fighting with databases, dealing with authentication systems. Meanwhile, someone else just built the same thing in 20 minutes. With a few prompts, no developer needed, and it works. This is happening right now, and if you're not paying attention, you're falling behind. Hey, I'm Ava, and today I'm showing you something that completely changes how we build applications. Google just dropped an update to Firebase Studio that lets you create full apps with databases and user authentication using nothing but prompts. I'm talking real production apps, not toy projects, actual working applications you can deploy and use. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how it works. Let me start with what Firebase Studio actually is. It's Google's cloud-based development environment. You open your browser, you type what you want to build, and it creates the entire app for you. This isn't some basic prototype tool. It's powered by Gemini 2.5 Pro, which is Google's most advanced model. The tool launched earlier this year when Google rebranded Project IDX into Firebase Studio. But the updates they just added, that's what makes this absolutely wild. Let's talk about the app prototyping agent. This is the feature that does the heavy lifting. You go to Firebase Studio, you see a field that says prototype an app with AI. You type in what you want, be specific, tell it what features you need, describe the user workflow, explain what data you're working with. The more detail you give, the better it works. Here's an example. Let's say you want to build a meal planning app where users can save recipes and create shopping lists. You'd write something like this. Create a web app where users can sign up and log in. They can save their favorite recipes with ingredients and instructions. They can create shopping lists from their saved recipes. Users should only see their own data. Use a clean, modern design. That's it. You hit the button. Firebase Studio creates an app blueprint. It shows you the proposed name, the features it's going to include, the style guidelines it'll follow. You review it. If something's off, you can edit the blueprint directly. Or you can just chat with it and ask for changes, like make the color scheme more vibrant or add a feature to share recipes with friends. Once you're happy, you tell it to build. And here's where it gets interesting. The system detects that your app needs user authentication and a database. It automatically adds Cloud Firestore for storing recipe data. It sets up Firebase authentication so users can create accounts and log in. It provisions a Firebase project for you. It even creates a Gemini API key if your app uses AI features. All of this happens behind the scenes. You don't configure anything. You don't set up servers. You don't mess with environment variables. It just works. And when you're ready to test your app, you get a live preview right in your browser. You can click through it, test the features, see how it actually works. When I first started using tools like this, I was completely overwhelmed. There were so many options, so many workflows. I didn't know what actually worked versus what was just hype. That's when I found this community called AI Profit Boardroom, with over 2,000 members, all focused on learning AI together and sharing what actually works. It taught me which workflows save time versus which ones waste it. The community shares real use cases and practical implementations. People post what they're building, what tools they're using, what's working and what's not. If you're serious about using AI to improve your work and skills, check it out. Link in description. Let's continue. That's not even the best part. Let me tell you about the workflow improvements. You can now fork workspaces. This means you can create an exact copy of your app, including the entire chat history with the AI agent. Why does this matter? Because you can try new features without breaking your main version. You can experiment freely. If something goes wrong, you just go back to your forked backup. It's like having version control built right into your development process. They also added AI-optimized templates, over 60 of them, for Flutter, React, Next.js, Angular, and more. These templates are designed to work with autonomous agent mode. You select a template, tell the AI what you want to build, and it uses the template as a starting point, then customizes everything based on your requirements. The agent can work independently now. It doesn't ask for approval at every step. It just executes your plan and shows you the results. This speeds everything up dramatically. Here's something else that's huge. Figma integration. You can now take your designs from Figma and import them directly into Firebase Studio using the Builder.io plugin. Export your design, import it into Firebase Studio, then use Gemini to add functionality. You can tell it to add new screens, connect it to a backend, add authentication, all without writing code. This bridges the gap between design and development in a way that's never been this smooth. Let me talk about practical use cases, because this isn't just for building random side projects. People are using Firebase Studio to automate business processes, to create internal tools, to build client demos, to test product ideas before committing to full development. Here are some real examples. Someone built a procurement platform for the hydrogen economy. Another person created a personalized fashion stylist app. There's a Pokemon card collection manager with AI-powered card scanning. A mentorship platform for students. These are all real apps built with Firebase Studio, and they're all functional production apps, not just demos. The deployment process is incredibly simple. When you're done building, you click Publish. Firebase Studio deploys your app to Firebase app hosting. You get a URL you can share immediately. People can use your app right away. You can monitor usage and performance through the Firebase console. And if you need to make changes, you just go back to your workspace. Update the app, redeploy, done. One more thing about prompting, be specific, really specific. Don't just say, build me a recipe app. Say, build a recipe app where users can create an account, save recipes with title, ingredients, and instructions, search their saved recipes by ingredient, and export recipes as PDFs. The more detail you provide, the better the output. And use the chat to iterate. If the first version isn't quite right, describe what needs to change. The AI learns from the conversation and gets better at understanding what you want. The other tools in this space are also evolving fast. You've got Bolt.new, Lovable, Replit, and others. They all do similar things, but Firebase Studio has some unique advantages. Direct integration with Google's AI models, built-in Firebase backend services, free tier that's actually usable, and the fact that it's backed by Google means it's likely to stick around and keep improving. Compare that to smaller startups where you're not sure if they'll be around next year. What does this mean for the future? We're moving toward a world where building apps doesn't require years of coding experience, where you can describe what you want and get a working prototype in minutes, where iteration happens through conversation instead of editing code. This doesn't replace developers, but it does change what developers do. Less time setting up boilerplate, more time solving actual problems and building unique features. If you're looking to dive deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people learning how to use AI effectively. Everyone shares real experiences. What's working, what's not. Which tools are worth your time, which ones to skip, no hype. Just solid information and practical guidance from people doing the work. It's helped me stay on top of updates and figure out how to actually apply them. Link in description if you want to check it out. And if you want the full process, SOPs, and 100 plus AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 46,000 members who are crushing it with AI. Tools that actually work. Tools that save time. Tools that help you build better things faster. See you in the next one.